Question 1. Terrence kicks a soccer ball at his game. Solve the given equation to find the times when the ball is kicked and when it lands back on the ground in seconds. So we've got our equation, and then it says how many seconds is Terrence's ball in the air. So of course you could graph this equation, but let's just think about this logically for a second. So Terrence is here at the origin, and he kicks the ball, and eventually gravity's going to make it come right back down to Earth. Our goal here is to figure out how much time has passed while that ball is in the air. Of course, you could make a guess. My guess is the ball is not going to be in the air for 16 seconds. The other three answers seem reasonable, though. Let's use algebra to get that answer. So to use algebra, and of course you could also work this backwards. We could take each one of those answers, substitute it for t, and see which one equals 0. But let's solve it the algebraic way, because not all questions will be multiple choice. The algebraic way is we're going to factor this. So we need to find the greatest common factor that goes into negative 16t squared and 40t. So negative 4 goes into both of these numbers, and they also both have a t variable. So we're going to factor out a negative 4t. And when we say factor out, that means we're going to divide both those terms by negative 4t. It's a negative 4 because this lead number is negative. So you always go by that lead number. If that lead number was positive, it'd be probably better to factor out a positive 4. Okay? So I'm going to bring down my negative 4t because this is what we're dividing out in the problem. We're just essentially doing reverse distributive property. So we got to figure out what's left on the inside of these parentheses. So negative 16 divided by negative 4 is positive 4. T squared divided by t is just t. One of those t's cancels out. This other expression, 40 divided by negative 4, is negative 10. And the t's completely cancel out. And remember, all of this is still equal to 0. So from here, we're going to use the zero product property, which means we can take each one of these factors separately and set them equal to 0. We're going to take this factor and set it equal to 0. And then we're going to take the factor inside the parenthesis equal to 0, and then solve each one of these for t. This one, divide both sides by negative 4. So t equals 0. The other one, we're going to add 10 to both sides. And then divide both sides by 4. 10 divided by 4 is 2.5. Now, real quickly, we see 2.5 is the only choice. But let's talk about this number just for a second. T equals 0. Basically, what this is saying, this is telling us at 0 seconds that ball is on the ground. And that should make sense. Terrence hasn't kicked the ball yet. So at time t equals 0, the ball is on the ground. But then it's also on the ground again at 2.5 seconds. And that's the number we want because we want to know how long was that ball in the air for.